Swanky 93.3 radio station. The Heat 94.6 radio station.
Swanky who? Swanky do. Welcome back to another exciting podcast. Yes, this is the K.L.P. Aftermath Season 5. I'm your host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas. Welcome back to the podcast as always, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, like I say, it feels good to be back. Of course, we've got T. He's here in the studio. Addison and Arthur, they're here for the report. We've got Monica in the studio as well. Welcome to Thursday's episode. I'm very proud of ourselves here in the studio because we're giving you guys another podcast within the week. Typically, I get kind of nervous about, okay, so we do Monday's episode, or we're going to do another episode this week because we've been wrapped up. We've been busy. Obviously, you guys know we've been working. And if you guys missed it, yesterday's podcast, the Beyond Swanky podcast, that show was very, very fun to do. Very, very fun to come on the studio and record for you guys. So, guys, don't miss out on that podcast because that is a podcast that, number one, you don't want to miss. And it's a fantastic time to be podcasting. Everybody's podcasting. So go check that out, of course, the Beyond Swanky podcast from yesterday. Now, we've got some topics. We've got some stories. We've got some things that I wanted to tell you guys. But before we get to that, we got to give it up for our sponsor time. Yes, sponsor time. Very, very excited for our sponsors because I like to do this. I like to give shout outs where it's needed. And of course, we do have a sponsor here for our show. And I have my phone out here so that way I don't butcher their Instagram, of course. But it's Selly Studios, of course, is our sponsor for today's episode, Arts and Craft Store. They make homemade jewelry, y'all. Homemade jewelry is a small, made in small batches from Georgia. Of course, like I say, as always, if you are a Crunch member, I recommend you guys going out there and doing your shopping. Maybe this is something good for maybe somebody's birthday this month. Or if you want something made, homemade, spectacular jewelry for February 1st, Valentine's Day. It's coming around the corner, guys. If you're wanting something like that, you can buy one pair and get the second one 15% off if you are a Crunch member. Again, that's buy one and you get the second one 15% off. Of course, you guys can follow their Instagram is Selly. So that's spelled CELI_studio. Of course, I'm looking through, and guys, let me tell you, these are really nice craft earrings that they have. Of course, they make more than just earrings, but this is a great time if you're looking for something very unique for Valentine's Day that's coming up. This is something that I would recommend for all my gentlemen. If you're going and you're shopping for your ladies, or even your gentlemen, if you're shopping for your gentlemen, you know, hey, this is something that it's homemade. Oh, I really like this one. They're homemade jewelry. Selly Studios, go out there, small business out there in Georgia. They make small batches. They're made from Georgia. Of course, you can shop from their site here, Selly Studios. You guys can send them a DM too. Again, that's Instagram, Selly, that's CELI_studios for sure. Buy one and then you can get the other one 15% off if you are a Crunch member. So we've got some things that we have to talk about here on our show because I'm excited for this weekend. Of course, if you guys don't know, this is the weekend where it's not only just a weekend, but MLK Day is coming up. Very, very excited for that because that's the day where we're not open, right? We don't do any work because we want to spend time. We want to acknowledge MLK Day. But the 15th, we all know the 15th is Last of Us Day. Now, if you guys don't know, Last of Us is a hit video game by Neil Druckmann and the Naughty Dog team. I played the 2013 version when it came out. No, I didn't buy the PlayStation 5 remake. Honestly, and I'm not a hater. I just don't. It's not justified for it to be $70 to play the exact same game, but with just a pretty coat on it. That's just wasteful, in my opinion. Some people bought it, some people love it, but I enjoyed playing the Last of Us, the 2013 version when that came out. And now, January 15th, we're getting ready. The series from HBO Max will be released. This is not a full review, right? Because The show's not out yet, but you guys can expect next week we're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to talk about our first impressions. Um, I really want this series to be good, not only for HBO because it gives us something else to watch and give people talking. Sometimes it's a it's a hit or a miss when it comes down to video games getting turned into a series or a movie, right? You have some good ones, but then you have some bad ones. So lately, I gotta say, lately we've been seeing some good things, right? Um, we've been seeing that Cyberpunk animated series for Netflix has been good. Sonic 2 was good, right? So I get nervous when it's a video game turned series, right? I haven't seen The Witcher. A lot of people say Uncharted, the movie sucked. You know, a lot of people saying those type of movies suck, but some movies have been good in series. So I have high expectations for The Last of Us. I really do, because if The Last of Us is a smash hit, then you can only imagine we might see an Uncharted series, right? You can only imagine how far the video game turned series, turned film, we can only expect that to go so far. Um, I saw interviews of the cast. They looked ready. They were at the Game Awards. I'm very optimistic, right? I'm very optimistic. I'm sure a lot of like Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker, the two people that played Joel and Ellie in the video game, I'm sure they're going to be tuning in, and it's a marketing thing too. They're going to tell you it's good because I mean that's their job, right? Um, but I really do want them to be honest with us. Not saying they probably won't, right? Because it's the game that they were in. They're not gonna trash their reputation. They're not gonna trash the directors of the studio in particular, because they're not trying to, like, if I say something bad about the series that I was a part of, the video game part, I'm probably not gonna get recast from studios for more work. They're not gonna tell us the truth of how they feel. But it's up to us podcasters, us reviewers, us journalists. We go out and we watch it and we give our final pick on it. I really do hope. Again, I hope that this goes a long way with it. I get kind of nervous with it. I do want them to expand the characters. I really want to know more about the story. I want to know how the effects, right? Because there's effects going to be happening in this movie when it comes to the infected, how well that's going to be portrayed. We saw an infected, I think it was a clicker that they showed in the trailer, and it looks good, right? It looks good. It looks like your sci-fi thriller epic moment, right? Where it's a show where we can really dive in and really enjoy. Of course, Sunday I'm gonna be watching it. I think it comes out Sunday night. So I'm gonna make it a big night of it at my house. Me and Monica, we're gonna chill. We're gonna watch it so I can give you guys a review. I just really want this to be good, right? Because number one, we need more shows for HBO Max, right? I'm a huge TV watcher now. I've been watching a lot of series, a lot of shows, a lot of movies lately, because it's our job as podcasters and journalists and writers. We have to watch this stuff to write about these things. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I got high expectations. My expectations are so high for the Last of Us series that I don't want this to flop, right? Because as not only a journalist and a podcaster, I'm a fan. So I get upset when somebody takes a video game project that's near and dear to everybody's heart and they ruin it, right? So that's just kind of the nervousness about it. But kudos to the studio, kudos to PlayStation Studios, Naughty Dog for the success. Is huge. They're dabbling. Naughty Dog's got it. They dabbling into this media market where, okay, we made our video games. Now we're making movies. Now we're making TV series, right? I would love to see an Uncharted series, right? Not a movie. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make Uncharted 2. Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I'm sure Hollywood's gonna be calling for that. I personally would like to see a series about Uncharted. I really would. But only time can tell. Again, congratulations to Naughty Dog and their success. I just hope that this is a smash hit, the series, because it gives us something to write about. It gives us something to watch. But we'll have to see, right? We will have to see on that term to make sure and see if it happens. Another show I've been watching, Singles Inferno. I gotta watch that tonight because I believe they're gonna be featured in the next Element magazine. Season 2 is out for Netflix, guys. It's a group, and I'll give you a quick synopsis about it. It's a group of young teenagers that's going on this deserted island, and they're looking for love. Of course, they're trying to spend time with each other, and if they're compatible, they go to paradise. And paradise is this off the island in Korea. Spectacular paradise resort to where they really get to connect and really get to formulate together. Season 2 has gotten spicy. Season 1 was good, and I remember watching season 1. When I first saw the show, this was around this time last year, where it was Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. That break, winter break, and New Year's Eve. I binge watched it because I was sick. I had COVID, so I had to watch it. I couldn't do anything but watch TV and lay in bed. That's all I could do. I couldn't even move. And Singles Inferno came in my catalog, and I watched season 1 and I enjoyed it. And now around this time this year, season 2 is out. We got 2 more episodes, which I'm going to watch today. So wait, our article comes out, but it's really good, guys. I really recommend you guys watching that. I really dabble into Korean shows from Netflix. I personally like the Korean shows where they dub it in English. Not saying that I can't read the subtitles. Because any good anime or good Korean type show or Japanimation, any animation that's sub, they're really good. But I like the English dubbed version, so I can just listen to it. I don't have to spend time reading and really missing the concept. But Singles Inferno season 2, it's spicier. These guys are spicier because guys that want the same girl, girls that are very conflicted of what they want. So it's good. It's a reality show. I know a lot of people are like, oh, another reality show. It's kind of a reality show, but it's different. So I recommend you guys going out there and watching Singles Inferno over there at Netflix as well, because it's a good one. I really do enjoy this one. Now, moving on to our gaming news, ladies and gentlemen. K.L.P Aftermath Season 5. Hopefully y'all enjoying the show. Again, our show came out yesterday, latest episode, the Beyond Swanky podcast. Go check that show out, guys, because this is one of those things that I am very, very excited for. And, of course, we've got to talk about it. Shredder's Revenge now playable on mobile devices via the Netflix app. Of course, if you guys don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was highly anticipated. I think it got nominated for a Game Award too. I played it. I enjoy it. For the time that I have my Game Pass, I've played it and I really enjoy this game. And I guess I can give you kind of a review about this game too, because Netflix is doing something, right? To where Netflix has introduced Netflix games. They're dabbling into the mobile gaming market. And as I hit the mic, I'm very, very excited that this game is out there for the Netflix app. Now, if you remember, you get no ads, you get it potentially for free. Coming up in the Netflix app, the game will first be released June 16th. The game was released June 16th, 2022 for Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and of course to a critically acclaimed with PlayStation 5 versions a few months after. Very, very excited for this because number one, this is a great game, right? I don't know. Some people bought it for $30. I think the game when it first came out, it retailed at $30. I don't see this being a $60 game. But then again, a lot of game companies, they're trying everything to have things out for $60. I don't think this game was really worth the $60 price tag, if you will. But $30, okay, I can see that. I can see, $30 I would spend. I spent $30 on the new SpongeBob Rehydration game, right? $30 is pretty good for what it is. It's good, right? It's like a button masher from the 1990s. It kind of has a Streets of Rage kind of vibe to it. You're playing these characters and you're really doing some combo and combination moves. You're fighting the boss. You're going around the map. It's good. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. If you have Game Pass, you get it for free, right? Netflix, when they have it out for Netflix via the app, potentially that's free. So Netflix is introducing a new concept to get all of these big, and because Shredder's Revenge is big, right? It was a big concept. It was a big game. It wasn't just a small indie. Well, I mean, it was a little bit of an indie, but it was huge, right? Netflix is targeting into that market that say, hey, if we can get Shredder's Revenge on our app and it's not a AAA title, this could work. Netflix games could work. I prefer, because I haven't done any mobile. The last mobile game I played, because I had to test it for a review, was Genshin Impact, right? Where you download the app of Genshin Impact, you played it on your mobile device. But I've learned for my phone, because my iPhone, I do a lot of media, right? My phone uses a lot of space when it comes to dabbling into right. Media. So it's a little bit hard for me to play games on my phone because I have so much media, I have so much context, I got so much film stuff, I got so much photography stuff. So much is on my phone to where I don't have space to play a mobile game on my phone. So I recommend people, if you're wanting to play games, play it on a console, right? That's one thing I'm kind of recommending on that. But a lot of people have dabbled into the mobile gaming spot, right? But I'm very excited. Netflix has something. They have something going to where, okay, I can get we can get our AA games on the Netflix game app and see how far that goes. Netflix is trying every outlet right now because we did see they opened a new studio. I think it was about they bought it for $900 million. It was a new Netflix studio in New Jersey, and that's not $100 million. That's not chump change, right? So now they bought the studio. They're building this studio. Now they're trying every outlet to make sure their entertainment, their media concept works, so they can recoup that money back. And I feel like Netflix games is another great outlet outside the series and the movies that are on the app. Now this is another outlet for Netflix. I think it could work. I really do. I don't see them having AAA games for free on the app, right? Let's say God of War. Let's say Horizon. Let's say Last of Us. AAA titles, I don't see them coming on the Netflix game app or Netflix app soon, right? Because those are AAA. But maybe AA, right? You got TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. That's a AA title, in my opinion, that it could work. It really, really could work, guys. And I like to see it work. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a mobile player. If I'm going to play a game, I would play it on a console because I like the feel of controllers. Then again, there's a way you can connect a controller to your phone, right? I've tested it out with Game Pass, with not only with my console, but I did cloud gaming for the first time on my laptop. And my Xbox controller connected to my MacBook, and I was playing games. That was very new. Now it was cloud gaming, right? So there's some lag and some lag on that when it comes to your internet. You can play it on your consoles, but that was a cool concept. So I do see the future of it. I do. Personally, for me, I need a controller. If I'm playing a game, I need a controller. It's hard to be button mashing on a touchscreen on a phone. To me, gaming to me like that is hard. But we're very excited for that. Moving on to next to our gaming news as well, the gaming news. Very, very excited for the gaming news because, we had a story that came out today that a few of members that was part of Playground Games. Now, if you guys don't know, Playground Games is a game studio from Xbox to where they make the Forza Horizon and the Forza Motorsports games. Enjoyed every last one of them. I played the latest one. I think 5 is the latest Forza Horizon game that I played. I enjoyed it. But a group of people left that studio to form a new studio by the name of Maverick Games Studio. Very, very interesting. They did do a quote. One of the members, his last name is Brown. I forgot what his first name was, but he was I think I want to say his first name was Mike Brown or Josh Brown, one of them Browns, but his last name is Brown. He was the key leader that introduced Forza Horizon 5T, and he was on the keynote. But now he is going and he started his own studio, and I say kudos, right? It's always exciting when you try to go independent and you form your own studios because maybe you have a different idea, right? I saw this news. My news source came from Spawnwave. Shout out to John over at Spawnwave. Again, he doesn't know who we are, but I'm a subscriber to his channel, and that's where I got the sources from. It's quite exciting, right? It's quite exciting that they're going and they're venturing off a different path, right? They're forming a new studio. I get very excited when there is people that they've been at a place for a while, but then they want to go do something different. They did do a statement that, hey, we're Maverick Studio or Maverick Games. We're developing a new project where it's open world, it's different. I love open world. I love platformers. I really do. Um, there's and John said this on Spawnwave. It is true. There's so much that you can do with a racing game. There is, whether it's Gran Turismo, Forza Horizon, or Forza Motorsport. There's so much only you can do with a racing game, right? It's the same thing with sports game. It's the same concept. It's the same thing. Some players want something different, right? That's why I barely play sports games as much as, the latest sports game that I'm playing a lot is FIFA. But I played Forza and I'm racing around, and that's cool, right? You can put a pretty code on it. You can change the graphics. You can add a little bit, but there's so much you can do with that type of game to where it might get stale, right? If you don't have any other creative ideas, then yes, it might be stale, right? Fans might say, okay, this is the same thing as last year. I just play last year's and get something else. So that's why I say I applaud a few people from Playground Games quitting that studio to form another new studio. I applaud them for that, because now there's another studio out there, and I can't wait to see what these guys do. I really can't. Because I'm huge on open world, I'm huge on platformer, I'm huge on storytelling, and I'm huge on video games being a little bit different, right? And that's something that we're seeing a lot more this time around. I'm debating if I want to pick up One Piece Odyssey, because I like RPG, but I prefer One Piece to just be a beat 'em up, in my opinion. So I'm kind of debating on that, right? In late February, maybe March, because when this game comes out, I'm gonna be in New York. Hogwarts Legacy comes out February 10th. I might scoop that one up because it's different, right? It's a different concept. I like games to be different. Now, of course, I favor the games that are the same, right? This summer is going to be a hot summer for video games, potentially. This year we've got a lot of great games coming out that definitely I'm picking up, right? You got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Spider-Man 2, right? You got all these great games that definitely I'm picking up. But it's good to see a game that's different. And that's what Maverick Studios, I keep saying Maverick Studios, Maverick Games, the guys that left Playgrounds to go to this, they formed a new studio. Hey, I don't blame you. I really don't. So I get very excited. I get very, very excited for this kind of thing. Like I said, a lot of people might be upset about it, but I really do enjoy difference, right? I really do enjoy the different style of it all. So again, congratulations to the men and women that left Playground Studios and to go to form their own studio called Maverick Games. I can't wait to see what you guys develop, for sure. So coming up next, our next segment we like to call our Elephant of the Room. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Elephant of the Room is our segment where we talk about the things that just don't make sense, things that are going around this world that doesn't make sense. And of course, the Elephant of the Room was brought to you by Floral Haven XO. I'm very excited for this because Floral Haven XO is my sister's latest business. Of course, the Amber Patterson, she has a new floral business that she's kickstarting out there. I'm very, very excited for her. Congratulations, Neems. Okay, so Floral Haven XO, it is a floral business. Of course, if you're in the area of Savannah, Georgia, you guys can order your floral arrangements. Of course, like I mentioned beginning of the podcast, Valentine's Day is coming up. She does do shipping as well, so if you want to order outside Savannah, Georgia, again, go ahead and get that order in. Let me tell you, Floral Haven XO, this new business venture from my sister, Amber Patterson. Shout out to her. This is a business where you're paying for high quality. You guys go to these Publix and the Krogers to get your floral arrangements for your loved ones for Valentine's Day, but then you ever notice that they're not in the greatest quality, and then they die so quickly, and then you spend a lot of money on crap, right? You can go to Floral Haven XO and you can get high quality flowers, high quality roses for a great price, and the packaging is amazing. I've seen the packaging. She shares the packaging with her family members. I've seen it. It's quality. So again, go to her. You can go to her Instagram. It's Floral Haven XO. I'll spell it out for you guys again. FLORALHAVEN Floral Haven. Of course, it's opening up this spring, but get those orders in, because she's getting. Let me tell you, she's getting it in, y'all. She's doing some dope stuff with that. So again, get those in for sure. Cannot wait to see for her launch as well. So yes, let's talk about it. We got to talk about it. Of course, this is our elephant of the room, but they had this on Donkey of the Day for the Breakfast Club up there in New York. Charlamagne the God and DJ Envy. I can't say Angela Yee anymore because she's not a part of the show anymore. But congratulations to her, because she got her own show going. Okay, Dinesha Holiday, you got to come in front of the congregation, because we gotta have that conversation. T. Okay, here's the story, and I know it's rude to have your phone out on a show, but because I have notes, so I don't miss. So this happened in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to all the people up there in Memphis. Shout out to the people in Tennessee in general. I've been to Tennessee, not Memphis, but I've been to Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge for a vacation. I want to say 2 years ago. Like I say, a lot of people use sick days, right? I have sick days. With my sick days, I have to kind of validate my sick days a little bit. Writing it down, getting a doctor's note, so that way it's like legal, right? But she works at Family Dollar, and I can only imagine the people that the things that she's going through, right? Let's be honest. When you're working at Family Dollar, if you're not a manager, you're probably not getting paid as much. Not degrading people that works at Family Dollar whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying here on the show. But if you're working for Family Dollar, it's a tough job. And it's a tough job to where they don't pay you as much. Let's be honest on that. After COVID, the world has changed. It did. A lot of things have changed. We're a lot more sensitive, right? We're a lot more cautious to things. There's all different types of remixes when it comes to COVID. Charlamagne the God said this on the show, that he said there's so many remixes of COVID, you would think R. Kelly came out. I thought that was pretty funny. But there's a lot of variations of COVID. People are getting sick. People are getting ways to get sick. I said it on Beyond Swiggy podcast yesterday. A lot of people rocking with no shirt on, no shoes on, out there playing. Pneumonia. It's cold. You're not covering up. You're going to get sick regardless. So, again, she used her sick days for work. And honestly, you don't know what people are going through when they leave work. You don't. You don't know what people are going home to after work. She legitimately could be sick, whether it's physical or maybe mental, right? We've all dabbled in depression the last 2 years. I am a person of that too. I dabble in depression. Now, I find ways to cope with depression, whether it's meditation, gym, listening to music, podcasting. There's ways that I can cope to it to help me decrease my anxiety, decrease my PTSD. Two things to which I deeply got. So you don't know. Of course, manager said that she text him, or text the manager, it could be her or him, that she's not coming in because she was sick day. Manager told her that she will be removed from scheduling because of taking so many sick days. Now, honestly, when it comes down to it, if you, and I don't know how Family Dollar is structured, because I don't work for Family Dollar, obviously, but usually when you work at a place where there's benefits, you accumulate your sick days, right? And when you accumulate sick days, it's on record of how many hours you have in sick day. I have a lot of hours in sick day because I just never been that sick. And usually we like to validate. If you're sick, you got to have a doctor's note so you can get those hours taken out of your sick leave so you can still get paid. That's just how the world works, right? I don't know if they're using that system at Family Dollar Tea. I don't know. I'm not too sure. But get this, Monica. Of course, she comes back to work with a gun, points the gun at the manager, and of course, she is escorted by one of her former employees out of the store. That must have been Charlamagne God said it the best. That has to be her friend, a close friend, coworker that helped her out, because it doesn't make sense that you take sick days and you potentially can get fired for taking, and honestly, yes, you can be fired if you take too many sick days and you're not validating your sick days, right? It's unfortunate people are in your business like that, but that's how the world works. Yes, you can get terminated if you're just not coming to work because you don't feel like coming to work. Now again, I don't know where she's going home to. She might be legitimately sick, I don't know, but it just doesn't make sense that, if you're taking so many sick days, you're not validating it. Yeah, you can get some kind of trouble with that. Then again, I don't know. I don't work for Family Dollar. I don't know how that works. But she goes in there, goes into the store, Monica, points a gun at the manager. Of course, she gets arrested, obviously. And now she needs a $10,000 bond. That's why she's the elephant of the room, not because she took days because of sick leave. She came back to work, threatened to kill somebody with an armed weapon, and now she got arrested, and now she has this $10,000 bond. Honey, you work at Family Dollar. I'm sure you ain't got that money in the bank laying around somewhere, right? I ain't judging, but you ain't got that kind of cash to bail yourself out of jail because of something stupid like that. That's why I say on our show, Charlamagne the God says it on his show too. Every podcaster says it on their show. We have to make sure we find ways of mental health, right? Because what she did was not worth it. It's not worth it. And now it's on your record. Number one, you need a $10,000 bond. That's expensive. Nobody in their right mind right now has that money. Just here you go. We just had Christmas. Nobody ain't got it. So how I would have handled it, Monica, because we've handled stuff like that before. Tell your employer, your supervisor, your manager, the CEO, tell them, hey, if I'm physically sick, validate it. Go to a doctor. Doctor says you sick. They say, nope, you test positive for COVID. You sick. Yeah, that validates it. Right? If she somehow, and I'm not saying, I don't know her aspects of it, but if she had COVID and she had a COVID test and she tested positive, send that to your manager. That validates, no, don't come in. If you got COVID, do not come in. We have a strict policy on that here. If you got COVID, do not come in. You got enough hours, we will pay you to not be here. Do not get us sick from that. Whether if she's going to, and this part is a little bit difficult, right? Because a lot of people, number one, can't afford therapy. I don't know about Family Dollar's benefits. Now, some companies, they pay for your therapy if you need it. I don't know about Family Dollar. I don't work for Family Dollar. I don't know. But if somehow she was able to get therapy, therapists can sign off, hey, mentally sick. Not crazy, but like mentally sick. She needs some time off. Something, right? Something that validates, hey, I'm sick. She's not feeling well. Honey, there's ways that you can fight that off. Meditating. Therapy. For me, going to the gym. Medication. Right? You go to the doctor and they prescribe something for your, whether it's physical or mental sickness, they can do that. On prescription, no. You can't just go and get medication just for the hell of it, because that's illegal. A doctor has to sign off on it. They have to examine you. They have to sign off on it. There's ways that she can get that done. But now she's really, if it's mental sickness, like she's stressed and depressed, now you really gonna be depressed, because now you came to your place of employment, your occupation, and said bang bang, or potentially bang bang, I got a gun. gets arrested. It's on your record. Now you got a $10,000 bond. Whereas you didn't think about it. You didn't think smart and go around it. The depression. And I get it. Depression's here. I get it. I understand. But I best believe I would not. If I'm depressed about something that day, I'm not going to show up in my place of business with a gun. Absolutely not. That's termination. I ain't got no job and I'm going to jail. Absolutely not. I'd rather not. Because I'm scared of jail, Monica. I'm scared of jail and prison. I'm scared. I thank God that I turned out right and I do things right and do all things good, because that stuff I'm afraid of. That is one of my worst fears. Prison, jail. So Daisha Holiday, you are the biggest elephant of the room, because you could have ran around this the right way, but you didn't. So now you got a $10,000 bond, and I hope you prevail from that. But hey, that's huge. So we got Addison Hayden up in the studio to give us our hip hop news. Addison, what we got today?
Dr. Dre, Missy Elliott, and Lil Wayne are set to be honored next month as recipients of the Recording Academy's Global Impact Award. Along with respected music executive Sylvia Rhone, they will be celebrated for their personal and professional achievements in the music industry at the second annual Black Music Collective event at the Hollywood Palladium in Los Angeles on February 2nd. I am so thrilled to honor and celebrate these four giants in the music industry, Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. said in a statement. Last year's inaugural event was such a highlight during Grammy Week, and now with Dre, Missy, Wayne and Sylvia there to pay tribute to this year, it's definitely going to be another night to remember. I continue to be proud of the work of our Black Music Collective, as it's a vital part of what we do here at the Academy. Sponsored by Amazon Music and Google Pixel Phone, the Recording Academy honors presented by the Black Music Collective are a part of Grammy Week 2023, concluding with the Grammy Awards, which take place on February 5th at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. As far as the 2023 Grammy nominations go, Beyoncé leads all artists with 9 nominations, followed by Kendrick Lamar with 8. Adele trails with 7 nods, while Future, Lizzo and Mary J. Blige each have 6. In the rap categories, Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Pusha T's It's Almost Dry, Future's I Never Liked You, DJ Khaled's God Did and Jack Harlow's Come Home The Kids Miss You will battle it out for Best Rap Album. The award for Best Rap Song will be decided between Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5, Future's Wait For You, Gunna's Pushing P, DJ Khaled's God Did and Jack Harlow's Churchill Downs. Breakout stars Glorilla and Latto have earned their first ever Grammy nominations for Best Rap Performance, FNF. Let's Go, and Best Melodic Rap Performance, Big Energy Live, respectively, while veterans Jay-Z, Lil Wayne and Rick Ross are also in the mix. Beyoncé's 9 nominations pushes her career total to 88, making her the most nominated artist in Grammy's history, tied with her husband Jay-Z, who added another 3 nods to his name thanks to his show-stealing verse on DJ Khaled's God Did, which won Best Rap Verse at Hip Hop DX's 2022 Hip Hop Awards. With just 4 wins, Queen Bey could become the most awarded artist in Grammy's history.
Thanks, Addison, for your hip hop news. Addison Hayden, shout out to her. She's always around. She's always ready to go. I really do appreciate it. Now, before we get to Arthur, I gotta announce this because this came across our feed, and I meant to say this at the beginning of the show. Congratulations to Angela Bassett. She is a Golden Globes winner for her best performance of Queen Ramonda for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So very, very excited for that. I've seen the movie in theaters. Obviously, I was going to go to the theaters to see the movie. And honestly, she performed really, really well in this. I think I did a film review in one of these podcasts this season. So go check that out. I know it was season 4. I did a full review of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Very, very excited to see the movie again. It comes to Disney Plus. I want to say, did they say January 21st? I think they said. Or maybe February. I think it was February that movie comes for Disney Plus. Again, Angela Bassett performed really, really well in that movie. That was her movie. That was her moment. And she finally won a Golden Globe for Best Performance to play Queen Ramonda in Black Panther. Congratulations to her. I'm a huge Angela Bassett fan. One movie, and I really hope she's watching this because this is just how I feel. One movie of Angela Bassett that I really don't like, and it's not because of her performance, I just don't like the story. What's Love Got to Do with it? I love that she played Tina Turner. I get PTSD because Ike Turner was beating her like a dude. I don't like movies like that where they displayed, and I've seen movies that they displayed domestic violence, but that was on a whole nother level. That was just straight out abuse. And I get upset, right? I get pissed off when I see stuff like that because I be wanting to fend for our women, right? Where if I see a woman getting abused by a man, I just want to, I may not even be a part of that situation. I want to jump in and fight the dude because, number one, never put your hands on a woman. Yes, I'm talking to you, Dana White, UFC president. We saw what you did. Put your hands on your wife. I can't stand that. I really can't stand that. I really don't. Men, don't ever put your hands on a woman. And that's why I don't really like What's Love Got to Do with it. Congratulations to Angela Bassett, though, for Queen Ramonda and Golden Globes winner. Congratulations. That's just one movie I can't stand, is What's Love Got to Do with it. But Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, she wins Golden Globe. Finally. I gotta say finally. She's getting, and she's been acknowledged for her work, but finally. Yeah. So Arthur Brooks, we got Arthur Brooks in the studio today. Congratulations to Arthur Brooks. He gave us a report the other day. We talked about Georgia Bulldogs and their championship win. I saw when I got ready to get here to the studio, I saw on Instagram their plane coming in Hartsville of the Georgia Bulldogs. They're gonna have a party this week. I can only imagine. But we got Arthur Brooks in the studio to tell us about our sports news. Arthur, what we got today, man?
Few players in the NFL are respected like J.J. Watt. So when the Arizona Cardinals star announced that he planned to retire after this season, you knew he was going to get his due. With Watt's final game approaching Sunday, completing a career of 12 seasons, 151 games and 114.5 sacks, the Cardinals arranged a surprise for him during a team meeting Saturday, which was captured by Hard Knocks in season. Cardinals interim head coach Vance Joseph singled Watt out, then played a video featuring Watt's brothers, T.J. and Derek, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady, parents John and Connie, wife K.L.P and son Koa. Watt was near tears by the time the first speaker, T.J., finished his first sentence and was outright sobbing by the video's halfway point. Messages were mixed but overall reverential, including "See you in Canton" from Rodgers and "You were a pain in my ass for a long time" from Brady. It ended with a message from an emotional K.L.P. Watt's career wrapped up Sunday with a 2-sack performance against the San Francisco 49ers, whose fans gave him a standing ovation as he exited the field. He was again visibly emotional, as was K.L.P. There is little doubt that Watt is headed to the Pro Football Hall of Fame after a career that included 3 NFL Defensive Player of the Year awards, 5 first-team All-Pro nods and the 2017 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year award for his work raising money in the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey. Even though injuries limited his playing time in the second half of his career, his peers know that Watt is an all-timer.
Thank you, Arthur. Arthur's always doing it real well, Monica. I love it. I really do. So that's going to wrap it up here on today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it for today's episode. Please go check out Monday's episode of K.L.P Aftermath. I want to say Wednesday's episode of the Beyond Swanky podcast. And of course, today, Thursday's episode of K.L.P Aftermath Season 5. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's show. As always, stay tuned this Saturday because we're going to be coming back for the Beyond Swanky podcast. And then next Tuesday, we're going to be coming back for K.L.P Aftermath. We're not going to be working on Monday. It's MLK Day. We're not working. Congratulations to Angela Bassett for a win. And thank you for our sponsors of Selly Studios. Again, Selly Studios, you guys can buy 1 pair of jewelry, homemade crafted jewelry made in Atlanta, and you get the second one 15% off if you are a Crunch member. And of course, Floral Haven XO will be launching in spring 2023. That is Deamber Patterson. That's my sister. That is her new floral business that she's starting. And of course, get those orders in very, very soon for the spring. So excited for her. Congratulations to her as well. And, as always, guys, stay safe. Drink a lot of immune boosters. I want to say that's called powder, where you mix it up and it boosts your immune system, because the sickness is real out here. And as always, like to say, stay safe, stay swanky. Peace.